Imagine waking up 20 years from today. You unlock your phone, not to check social media, not to read the news, but to look at an investment account you almost forgot about. You stare at the number. It's larger than you ever imagined. Not because you won the lottery, not because you inherited money, not because you suddenly became rich overnight, but because years ago, you made one tiny decision: $5 every single day. Less than many people spend on coffee, less than a fast food meal, less than a few impulse purchases that disappear before the weekends. You barely notice the money leaving your account, but your future noticed every single dollar. And over time, those tiny choices quietly built something much bigger than money. They built freedom. Let's see what your life would actually look like. Part 1. Why $5 doesn't feel important. $5 doesn't feel important. That's exactly why it changes everything. Imagine walking into a coffee shop every morning. You order your usual drink, swipe your card, walk away. You don't think twice. Or maybe it's a bag of chips, a soda, late-night food delivery, another streaming subscription you forgot you even had, a random gadget online because it was on sale. None of these purchases feel expensive. That's because our brains are wired to notice big expenses, not tiny ones. We remember buying a new phone. We forget the 50 little purchases that quietly emptied our wallet. Small spending hides in plain sight, like tiny leaks in a boat. One leak isn't a problem. 100 leaks sink the ship. Now imagine every one of those forgotten $5 moments taking a different path. Instead of disappearing, they start working. Not instantly, not dramatically, quietly, patiently, because money behaves differently when it's invested than when it's spent. And that's where our story really begins.
Part 2. Meet two versions of the same person. Meet Alex. Actually, meet two versions of Alex. Both are 25 years old. Both earn the same salary. Both graduated from the same college. Both rent similar apartments. Both dream about owning a home someday. At first, their lives look identical, but there's one tiny difference. Every day, one Alex spends an extra $5. The other invests $5 into a diversified investment portfolio. No magic, no secret stock tips. Just consistent investing with the understanding that returns are never guaranteed. After 1 year, the first Alex barely remembers where the money went. The second Alex doesn't feel rich either. But something invisible has changed. Discipline, confidence, a habit has formed. And habits shape futures more than motivation ever will. But that's only the beginning. After 3 years, the spending Alex is still saying, "I'll start someday." The investing Alex isn't celebrating huge wealth. Instead, there's peace. Watching small contributions slowly grow creates momentum. It's no longer about $5. It's about becoming someone who keeps promises to their future self. And something unexpected starts happening. After 5 years, life throws surprises. A car repair, medical bills, job uncertainty. The spending Alex feels every financial emergency like an earthquake. The investing Alex isn't immune to problems, but having savings and investments creates breathing room. Opportunity begins replacing panic. That's a powerful difference, but the real transformation hasn't arrived yet. After 10 years, now people begin asking questions. How did you get so good with money? Funny enough, nothing dramatic ever happened. There was no lucky break, just thousands of ordinary days, tiny choices repeated again and again and again. After 20 years, one Alex sees work as survival. The other begins seeing work as a choice. Imagine having enough financial security to change careers, start a business, take time off to care for family, travel, or simply sleep better at night. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it often buys options, and options create freedom. Yet the story still isn't over. After 30 years, the difference is no longer measured by dollars alone. It's measured by confidence, security, flexibility, the ability to help others, the ability to say no to jobs you hate, the ability to say yes to opportunities you've always dreamed about, all because of one tiny daily decision. But how does something so small grow into something so meaningful? That's where time becomes the real hero. Part 3. The secret ingredient. Time. Imagine rolling a tiny snowball down a mountain. At first, nothing exciting happens. It's small, slow, almost disappointing. But with every turn, it collects more snow. Eventually, the snowball is no longer growing because of what you added. It's growing because of what it already became. That's compound growth. Or think about planting a tree. The first year, it's barely taller than your knee. Years later, children play beneath its shade. You forget how tiny it once looked. Investing works in a similar way. Your money may earn returns, and those returns can begin earning returns too. Historically, diversified long-term investing has outperformed simply holding cash over long periods, though returns are never guaranteed, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Time does the heavy lifting, not perfect timing, not chasing the hottest investment, just giving your money enough years to grow. Most people underestimate what decades can do, and that's why the next part surprises almost everyone. Part 4. What happens when you increase it? Now imagine something changes. You get a raise. You cancel subscriptions you never use. You stop buying things that don't actually make you happier. Instead of investing $5, you invest 10, later 20, eventually, maybe even 50. Here's what's fascinating. You're not just adding more money, you're giving compound growth more fuel. It's like adding more seeds to the same garden or feeding the same campfire. Small increases today can lead to dramatically different outcomes decades later, not because the future is guaranteed, but because consistency multiplied over time can become incredibly powerful. The biggest mistake? People think investing only matters once they have real money. History suggests the opposite. Learning consistency with small amounts often matters more than waiting for perfect circumstances. But one obstacle still stops millions of people. Part 5. The mistake everyone makes. I'll start next year. Next year becomes 5 years, then 10. I don't make enough. Neither did countless people who started with tiny amounts. I'll invest after I get promoted. What if the promotion takes longer than expected? I need more money first. Sometimes the habit comes before the bigger income, not after. Investing is too risky. Every financial decision carries risk. Holding only cash has its own risks too, including inflation reducing purchasing power over time. The goal isn't avoiding every risk. The goal is understanding it, learning, diversifying, thinking long-term. No one needs to know everything before they begin. The first step isn't becoming an expert, it's becoming consistent. And once you understand that, you begin seeing your future differently, which brings us to the most important question of all. Part 6. Imagine your future self. Close your eyes. Picture yourself 20 years from now. You walk into your home. Your older self is sitting quietly by the window. You ask one question: how did life turn out? In one future, your older self smiles, not because life was perfect. There were setbacks, unexpected bills, market downturns, moments of doubt. But you kept going. Tiny investment after tiny investment, year after year. Now you have choices, less financial stress, more time with family, the confidence that comes from preparation. In another future, you ask the same question. This time, silence. You meant to start. You planned to. You waited for more money, for the perfect time, for someday. Someday never arrived. The difference between those two futures wasn't talent or intelligence or luck. It was one ordinary decision repeated over thousands of ordinary days. That's what wealth really is. Not flashy cars, not impossible promises, but the quiet confidence of knowing you prepared for tomorrow while everyone else was waiting for tomorrow to prepare them.
Here's the truth. $5 won't change your life tomorrow. It probably won't even feel important next week, but repeated over months, years, and decades, that simple habit can change far more than your bank account. It can change your mindset, your opportunities, your resilience, your relationship with money. No investment can promise you'll become rich. Markets rise, markets fall, returns are uncertain, but history has shown that disciplined, diversified, long-term investing has generally rewarded patience better than simply leaving money idle as cash, even though past performance never guarantees future results. Wealth isn't built in one big decision. It's built in thousands of tiny ones. The question isn't whether $5 is enough. The real question is, will your future self thank you for starting today? If this video changed how you think about money, subscribe for more stories that make finance simple, practical, and worth watching. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, if you had an extra $5 today, would you spend it or invest it?